Hello.
Hello.
Hello,
Hello,
hello.
hello, everyone.
Hello,
Oo.
is it me you're looking
For
for?
Aray ko,
Kumusta?
nagsa-share ako. Ngayon pa lang ako nagsa-share.
Oo.
Yan.
hello,
Hi.
everyone.
Hi, beautiful coaches.
Ayun, oh.
Ay,
Oo, meron na agad viewers. Oh, hello pala.
Oh, wow.
Oo.
nagkakataon na sila kanina pa.
Magsabi
Nag-aantay.
naman sila kung sino sila. Tingnan natin. Please
Yes,
drop us a comment and tell us where you are tuning in from.
yes.
Hello, hello. Magandang buhay. Magandang buhay talaga. Mag-ano tayo sa ating mga groups.
Ah.
Sige, mag-greet muna tayo. Ikaw muna, Coach Gina.
Hello, everyone. Magandang hapon. Good morning, good evening, whichever part of the world you are tuning in right now. And my name is Gina. I'm living here in Northern California. I'm a registered nurse by profession, and of course, a proud digital business owner.
Yay!
Yan. Proud.
Sige,
Proud.
ako naman, last na si senior coach. Hello everyone. Ako si Coach Maristel. I'm here in Illinois, USA, and it's Tuesday, 4:53 p.m. Central Standard Time. And kumusta kayong lahat? And thank you for watching us. And meron na agad 6 viewers. Ang galing naman.
Wow.
6 million viewers. Yan.
Oo, actually 7 na. Oh,
Oh,
ang bilis.
sikat na
Okay.
tayo. Good
Wow.
afternoon, or good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all sa mga nag-tune in sa amin ngayon. Maraming salamat and welcome sa aming Coaches Corner ng Team The Influencers. Dito kaming tatlong coaches because we wanted to either inspire all of you guys, give you some motivations, and give you a little bit more information kung ano talaga yung meron sa business namin, bakit ba kami na nandito, at bakit ba mas pinipili ng maraming tao or marami sa aming community ang digital business kesa sa mag-stick sila sa kanilang 9 to 5 jobs. Yan yung magiging topic natin ngayong hapon. And we encourage all of you to leave us a comment kung meron man kayong gustong mga malaman, may mga questions kayo, then we are here to help and make you understand more about what we really do. Yan, di ba?
Yes. And medyo maaga kami ngayon kasi ganito na talaga pag medyo ano na, medyo
Tumatanda na.
matanda na. O, inaagahan na namin.
Naagahan na.
Oo.
Pero wala ba kayong napapansin sa ating dalawang newly coaches na
Yes.
nagkakabahan na sila
Kulot na
ngayon,
yung iba
no?
dyan.
May mga pa-curl na si Coach Dean.
Wavy, wavy.
Maybe may mga lipstick na rin nalalaman si
Yes.
Maristel o si Madam
Oo,
Maristel, di ba?
ganon.
So, yan po ang
Oo.
nagagawa ng pagiging coach at digital business.
Oo.
Dito na lang kayo para mas maging pretty and happy. Yan.
Correct talaga. Totoo naman talaga.
Kumikita na, gumaganda pa.
Yes.
Di ba?
Oo.
Kaya,
At saka exercise sa brain. Palaging nag-iisip.
yan.
Oo nga.
Hindi na iniisip yung masyado yung mga stress na yan. So,
Yan.
dito tayo sa negosyo na ano,
Wala
Less
nang
is
financial. Wala nang financial
pangkabuhayan
stress.
duties.
Walang financial stress para na tayong mga nagkukuwentuhan lang pero may mga napupulot naman kahit papaano yung mga viewers natin. So,
Yes.
Yes.
so ang topic natin ngayong gabi or hapon, it's 5 o'clock here sa Illinois, 3 o'clock dyan kay Coach Gina. So, ang topic namin na napili ay bakit ba why digital business versus 9 to 5? Why do they leave 9 to 5? Lalo na yung mga nandito sa community namin. And why would you yan, wala ako.
Oo, parang naano yung internet ni Coach Lynn.
Oo, lagi akong ganyan. I don't know why. Maybe I should change my
Provider.
Coach ako ganyan.
Oh. It's cutting off na, Coach.
Let me just my kids.
Mm-mm.
not to use so much. You know why? Because we're all retired and lagi kaming nasa bahay lahat. So lahat ng gadgets use our
Oo.
internet.
Oo, ganun
Naka-on
din.
lahat.
Mm.
Kaya lahat ng yung kaya ako ang ako yung suffer. I'm coaching pa naman mamaya. So they need
And
to know.
here, Tina Marie is watching, so we are
Hello.
challenged to
I
speak
speak
English.
English. Hi,
Oh,
Sistine.
right. Sorry, Gina. Yeah. So let's start with Coach Gina. Why did you choose to focus more on your digital business rather than working two jobs? Because you used to work two, three jobs, right? So why two jobs? So why did you choose this over working an extra job aside from your full time?
Because I want to work smarter, not harder. That's the main
Oh,
reason. But mainly, coach, it's because when I saw the long term benefit of this business, and plus, I'm making money from this business. So I said, why would I leave the house and sacrifice the time away from my family if I can earn money with my family, right? So that's why I quit my other job and just focus here because what I want in this business is the long-term benefit of it. Whatever I gain from this business is I can pass that on to my son. That's the main reason why I want to give my 100% uh, time and dedication to this business because I've seen the results from thousands of people who are already in this business. So that's the reason why I focus in here. While I'm working on my other full-time job, at least now I can focus here. That way, I'm already building the legacy that I have to pass on to my son in the future.
yun, there you go. So that's a valid reason, by the way, because I'm already experiencing that. I already am at home because I'm working this business full time together with my family, and like I said, I retired my family already at early age. So now we get to spend more time together, and it is an amazing feeling. Like to be able to be there every minute, and witness all the milestones of like Sean, and to be able to give them peace of mind at the same time. You know, we are 24/7 together, but we never really have conflicts like before. We were struggling with life when we hit rock bottom. We always have conflict because conflicts is a result of not having money, especially if you're all at home and you don't have money and you don't have any other
Yeah.
outlet. That causes a lot of conflict within the family. But now, even though we're here at home, we're always laughing, we eat together, we're having fun, we sing, we do stuff together. So how about you, Coach Maristel? Why
Yay.
did you go part-time at your 2 to 3 jobs? Now you're part-time, and why are you focused more on the digital business? What are you looking to get from this, and why did you choose to go that route?
Yes. Can I copy paste Coach Gina's answer?
Of course.
Because actually it's very similar to what she said. My digital business has already replaced my income from my second and my third job, and actually I would say partial of my full-time job, because now I'm already doing part-time. And
Mhm.
aside from the quality time, I have more time to relax, to rest, aside from that, actually, when I decided to go part-time, I told Coach Lynn that I have more time to help my business partners. You have more time to do the paperwork when you need to submit contracts. You don't have to wait for, like, oh, can you wait till I come home from work, and you know what I mean. So I have more time to, like, do Zoom meetings with them, things like that. So it is really a great feeling that I have more time for the digital business. And aside from all of those things, it's less stressful. It is
There you
less
go.
stressful. That's the most important thing. Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I remember when I was working, and I mean, especially if you're a mom and you have a little boy or a little one, when you're working 9 to 5 and something happened to one of the family members and you have to leave work, sometimes it's hard to leave work, especially if you are in the middle of a project or you are the only one in the office and no one can, you know, it's hard to leave work and to cater to the need of your family. So if you're working 9 to 5, you're stuck in the place. You cannot
Yes.
leave. You cannot leave anytime you want. If you get sleepy, because it happens. Especially when I was working, I was always in front of a computer and I'm always doing paperwork because I was doing accounting jobs. So you get tired, you can't sleep. You get hungry, you can't eat.
Yeah.
You are on the clock.
Yeah.
You have a specific schedule that you have to
Mhm.
follow. You have lunch hour. You barely have an hour for lunch. Most of the time employees have 30 minutes, so you have to eat 15 minutes to get a 15-minute rest.
We cannot even take a break
Yeah,
sometimes, right, Coach Gina?
Well, in
especially
our
nurses. They
in our
you guys are
facility, we have
healthcare
to clock
workers.
out. We do get the breaks because we have to clock out.
But
Unlike
you
when
have
I was in Florida, yeah, we have to clock out.
Hmm.
So it's
That's
hard,
great.
right? It's hard to just make a decision because you are on the mercy of your boss or your
Yes.
of your boss.
Uh-huh.
You have to ask someone's permission to do what you need to do. It's not that you want to do, it's something that you need to do, because sometimes when you get tired, you can't focus more on the job. If you are tired, you can't function properly if you are tired or hungry, and you're in the mercy of someone's decision whether they're going to allow you to do an early lunch or an early break or an early out, diba?
Mhm.
So
Mm.
Yes.
here, being a digital business owner, it's totally different scenario, because here we decide when
Yes.
we want to do our work. We decide how we can do our work, or we can run our business while we're eating, while we're sleeping. There's a system that works for us in the background. So I think that's majority of the reasons why people should take a look at the business instead of doubting the business and being skeptical about the business, because those things, as you hear it from us, we struggled during our employee, because we're so used to being having that mindset of that we were thought to be employee, so work and then home, and then most of the time we're at work. So
Yes.
we're kind of limited. Our ability is limited when we are working for someone else.
Coach Gina, I just wanted to make a comment to what you said, that you can take a break because you clocked out. I used to work in one in this hospital before. We were required to clock out, but we have to answer the phone when it rings
Oh.
because the break room is just very close to our
Mhm.
workspace. So we're kind of like, okay, we're eating, but we have to run to the phone,
Oh no.
or we can bring the what do you call that? The
Lunch.
cordless phone with.
Oh.
Oh, wow. So you're not really on break. You're
Yeah,
on
you're not
call
really on
break.
break.
So
Yeah.
you're on call break. So
So
so yeah, so what happens when like, let's say there's an emergency at home. That's what I'm talking about.
oh
When there's
no,
an
it's so
emergency at
hard.
home and you're at your job, and most of the time your job is not just like 10 minutes away from your house.
Yeah.
Normally you work like 30 minutes to an hour, right? Just like my case before, when I was working as for a firm, it takes me an hour to go to work. So if something happens at home and I have to be at home, it'll take me another hour to get home, depending on the traffic.
Yeah.
And I can just get up and leave. I have to find the courage to ask my boss and give them like a good reason for them to let me go home.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
then you don't get paid, of course. You have
Yeah.
to clock out. You don't get paid on those times that you
Mhm.
are leaving
Yeah.
early, right?
Because
So, and
they say that they understand, but actually they don't really I
They
mean,
don't
maybe
really.
they do understand, but it's more like they are,
It's
thinking
all
more
about,
about the benefit
it's
of the,
business. Yeah,
yeah,
it's businesses. So they have to look at, like, look after the fact that if you
yeah,
leave, then there's no production.
yeah,
Yeah.
And it is their business, and it is the supervisor or the manager's responsibility to make sure that the business is making good
yeah,
progress when it comes to, our responsibility at work. So, it's a catch 22 per se, because, they have to do what they have to do, but at the same time they understand your situation, but they can't do anything about it, so as you can't do anything about it. Well, in turn, in here, in this business, you are your own boss.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know. So, Coach Lynn, I have a question. So, especially in your case, you are fully retired. Your husband, your
Mhm.
daughter, are also retired and doing digital business. So, do you really think, for the viewers, right? So, do you really think that this is stable enough to, supplement the
The-
income?
oh yeah, well, in our case, I say a 1000%. This
Mhm.
is it. And just to remind that I've only been in the business for 3 years, but I've already achieved that time freedom, at the same time financial freedom in this business, in less than a year of being in the business. I started to make 30K a month. That's a lot of that's a lot of
Yeah,
money already in a month, because that's, half year salary for myself when I was working
Mhm.
for a tax preparer company. So 30K a month, just me myself alone, not talking about my husband and all that stuff. But so it is enough for us, for me and my family. And the fact that we're able to stay in the Philippines half of the year and pay both expenses,
yeah,
two countries two countries, you know to be able to pay all the bills, and like, live a good life, a comfortable life, with no financial stress between
Mhm.
two countries. That, to me, is 1000% good enough, and that is
yeah,
something that actually people can look forward to. I mean, even you guys, you already experienced the
yeah,
flexibility of the business, and
Mhm.
you can already feel that right now, by
yes,
now, the two of
yeah,
you,
Yes.
especially the two of you, that the burden of, the stress of the bills coming in, and
mm,
not knowing if you're gonna have extra after paying all the bills. When I was working, I would just be excited about payday, but then after payday, my money is just gonna pass through my bank. It will be
yeah,
there tonight or today, and then the end of the day or the following day, it will be all wiped
yeah.
out
No.
and
I
gone.
know, I know.
So yes, I can honestly say that this business is 1000%.
Mm,
It is more than enough for us, all of us, to stay home and live in two countries back and forth. You know, um, so the business really gives you all the things that you would need and all the things that you would want, for as long as you really dedicate your time in the very beginning of your business, because that's what I did for 2 years. I always say that for the 2 years I worked hard. I would rather put in my all in the 2 years of doing my business than give my everything to a job, because I'm giving someone else the fulfillment of their dreams and
Mhm.
living the life that I want.
yeah,
Because if I work for someone, then that means I'm giving them their dreams
Yep. You're
myself.
building. You're building their dreams, coach, if you're an employee,
Yeah.
right?
yeah,
So that's why we always tell our viewers that it is worth checking out. The
yeah,
business is
it
worth
is.
checking out. Why? Because unless you know what the inside already is of the business or the community and everything that's happening with us, there really is no room for you to really know what really is the scope of the business, because if you don't check it out, there's no way you're gonna find out. There's no way you're gonna really understand what we are trying to tell everyone.
Yes.
um, because they don't know what they don't know. Like I always say, if you don't know what you don't know, because I was in the same boat when I watched for 2 years. I was just like wondering, oh, how are they really changing their life? Because I did not know, what was really inside the community, what was really inside the business.
Yes.
So that's why we always encourage people to give it a try and give it a check. There is nothing to lose. You're just gonna gain more information. I mean,
And
these two
and we
strangers to me,
yeah,
so
and we encourage them to go into, after the webinar, to go into the coaching call, because that's where they see everything really, and be a part of the global community.
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
for
well,
those who oh.
sige, so sige. I'm back.
We have so many viewers, but do you have any questions
Yeah, do you have
Yes,
any
guys, feel
engage with,
free to
or
to 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 send us a comment and ask us anything. We're here to give you more insight. But as we speak, as we talk about you guys gave me, because I was like putting together my tax documents, because I always procrastinate, but I have so many expenses because we from living in the Philippines for a few months, so many expenses I have to consider of there's so many expenses that I have to go through. So it actually brought me back to working, for Alex, my last job, my last corporate job. It brought me back, like I was sitting like this in a desk, from 8 to 6 most of the times, and then I had to take the train home because downtown Chicago is so hard. Parking is so expensive, and I would just be making money for the parking, the owner of the parking spot. So I would be like sitting there, and sometimes it will be like so tiring already. Like at the end of the day, my brain is not functioning. I want to
oh,
go home, but I couldn't. You
yeah,
know, so those are the things, I mean, I know a lot of people can resonate,
yeah,
working in an office and working in a hospital or a lab, people can resonate to what we're talking about.
yes,
So,
yes.
like share to them your experiences, Sis Marcel, that you used to experience at your work that is now making you feel good that you chose this path instead of
Oh,
staying at you.
yes. Yes, I always share this on my Go Live, but I won't get tired sharing it over and over, that I had a full-time job, part-time, and an on-call. And it was also because during that time I had project in the Philippines. And of course, you cannot get it from your, if you only have one income, like just one full-time job, it's not going to be enough. So that's why I did it. And there was a time that my day off supposedly from my full-time, so I use it to go to my part-time. And sometimes I would be tempted to take like a double shift overtime. So practically speaking, I was working a lot of hours, and there was even a time that I was working 13 nights straight.
Oh wow.
Wow.
13 Yes. I had a lot of money too, yeah, but my
Yeah.
body was crushed. So I don't want to go back to that kind of life anymore. So I'm really glad that I had this opportunity to um get to know Coach Lynn, and so I started the business right away. 5 months into the business, I gave up the two, part-time jobs, and I focused on one full-time, and now I'm doing part-time, and I really love it. So yeah,
Yeah, because you have more flexibility and you have more time to relax.
yes,
You are basically giving yourself the time that it needed because you work so much for so many years that some people, including myself, your body catch up on you once you are working so much, and then
yeah,
when you realize it, time passed already, and you can't turn it back. So
yes,
lost time.
especially on healthcare. I don't know if Coach Gina will agree with me that we have so many places, so many of us are working second job, third job, right? Because
Yeah.
there's always a need for staffing. So, meaning to say, we end up getting a second job, and
Mm.
then we get used to receiving two checks.
Mhm.
So,
Oh,
that income of like every week you have a check coming in. So that's what's happening. But
Yeah.
little did we know that our body is, taking.
deteriorating.
Yeah.
It's deteriorating.
Yeah, I want to add on to the since you mentioned about the you were working three jobs, 13 days straight, you were getting a lot of money. You said right. So when you compare why people leave the regular job compared to for this digital business is because when you are an employee, let's go to the benefits of being having a business versus an employee, right?
Mhm.
So let's say, yeah, you work 13 days straight and you get a lot of money. But then at the end of the month, look at your paycheck. And that
Yes.
money that you earn from working 13 days straight, almost half of that will go to the tax and
That's
everything
correct.
else.
Uh, Oh my gosh. Now, we're
Mhm.
don't even want to start talking about that.
Yeah, and now why do people leave their regular job? Because if you are a digital business owner, yeah, let's say, okay, let's work 13 days straight. Okay, I'll make more money, like compare same as when I am an employee. But at least if I am a digital business owner, I have so much things that I could write
Right.
off or yeah, claim as my business expenses. And then at the end of the year, I'll get more money. Uh, from that from working so many hours as a business owner compared to me as a regular employee working 13 days straight, because I don't have many things that I could write off as an employee. So that's one of the reasons. That's just one of the
Yeah.
reason why people leave their regular job in replacement for a digital business like this, right? Because
Yes.
we have so many benefits being a business owner alone.
Yeah,
Yes.
you have a lot of ways to lower your tax liability because that's having a tax liability means that when you earn more, you pay more
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
your liability for your taxes is more if you earn more. There's certain bracket. So if you
Yeah.
have a business, you can lower your liability by having a lot of write-offs. So you can save a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Yeah.
with that alone, a lot of people in our business, even if they just brand new in the business, and it's towards the end of the year, they can still take advantage of a lot of write-offs, so they ended up getting more refund now than paying taxes,
Yeah.
which they do a lot of healthcare workers. I
Yes.
know you guys pay taxes almost every year
Yes.
unless you have like kids, multiple kids, because there's tax credit
Yes.
for
Mm-mm.
kids. But unless you have a lot of tax, like lower your liability, then it's going to be hard for you guys to get a refund because you make a lot of money,
Yeah.
you know?
Mhm.
That's why me and my husband before, because my husband's a nurse, so we kind of like don't even want to talk to each other anymore during tax season because we always paid at the end.
Yeah, you're going to pay. So,
Yeah.
Mhm.
yes, so that's one of the benefits of having a business like this. Because a lot of people ask me now that I don't do work for anyone, I am full time 100% for what, almost 3 years now, or 3 years now in the business. So they were talking about, so you make a lot of money in that business, so that means you pay a lot of taxes. And I always say that's the opposite. See, that's the reason why we want you guys to check it out, because
Mhm.
we know you can just assume so much because you know that there's brackets when it comes to tax, tax liability, and the more you make money, the more taxes you're going to be paying. And unless you have a business like us, which is considered like an advertising marketing without selling anything,
Mhm.
we're basically just use our social media, which a lot of people does anyway. So I always tell them that's the opposite. Actually, it's the opposite of what you believe or what you think, is what actually is happening to me. The more money I make, the more chances I'm getting a lot of refund. Why? Because if I make a lot of money, that means I put in a lot of expenses into my business. And not only that, the expenses I'm having on my business is things that I enjoy also, things
Correct.
that I
Oh,
love, the shopping, the eating, the
travel.
traveling.
Travel.
How would you not love a business or a job? Let's just say this is our job.
Yeah.
It's considered our business is our job. How would you love to have a job where anything you spend can actually turn into an expense that you can write off at the end of the year when you
Mm.
file your taxes?
Yeah.
And the
Kaya nga
expenses,
gumaganda tayo, 'di ba? Kasi bumibili na tayo ng mga makeup.
yes, skincare. We can get our hair done now. We
Yes.
get our skincare and makeup. Diba, mga curling irons.
Just like my husband, just like you mentioned it, Coach, na sabi mo na, we enjoy to spend our money now because at the end of the year, we get back some part, the portion of that money that we've spent, right? So now, like my husband, every time we eat out, or we go, all right, he always asks for where's the receipt? Where's the
See,
receipt?
Yeah.
Because he files it, right? Because he'll always say, because this is gonna turn into cash at the end of the year.
yes.
Yes.
And
Yes.
even when we do grocery shopping, I always keep my receipt, my grocery shopping, my gas. When we put gas, when we like go out and buy stuff, because you'll never know what you can write off on that receipt.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
Legitimately, guys, it's not just we're not writing off things,
just to write off.
against the law, yeah, just to write off, but we're
Yeah.
writing them off legitimately because we are business owners. We are
Oh,
business owners.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
We are online, we are
Mhm.
marketing online, we are advertising online, and we are also home-based business owners. So if we don't have time to cook and we want to order in the pizza and that's our dinner, so what we can perform our duties at work, in our case our business. So actually those things we can actually all write off too.
Yes.
So things that clothing, oh my god, so much more, guys. I'm telling you, you need to check out the business, um, because there are so much more that you need to know, before you jump into any kind of conclusion or keep yourself being
Yes.
scared,
Mhm.
fearful, and doubtful and skeptical. Just check it out. There is nothing to lose. You are not gonna waste your time. It's free to check out the business with a live webinar every Tuesdays, which is tonight. There is one in two and a half
7 o'clock.
hours or 1.5 hour. In an hour and a half, there is a live webinar happening in our business. So if you have time, and it's gonna be the best 90 minutes that you're gonna spend, um, watching these people talk about how this business changed their life. And then after
Yes.
that, then
Yeah.
you can make a decision. If you think this is also something that you want to give a try, then you can
Mhm.
make that decision and go forward to the next step. There's nothing
Yeah.
to lose. So
Yes.
much to gain. So much to gain.
Yeah.
And can you already foresee yourself, envision yourself, Coach China, to be retired?
Oh, yes. So what I was gonna mention
Look
one
at that glow in her eyes.
I know, right? I love it.
matter of time, but since you asked me that, I was thinking of, one more reason why people leave their regular jobs for this digital business, right? Because this digital business is, you can bring this business anywhere. Like Coach Lynn went to the Philippines for how long? 3 months, and she brought her business with her,
Yeah.
right? So she's enjoying spending time with family over back in the Philippines and making money because her business, she brought it with her. Unlike, when you have a traditional, you have to stay here or you have to hire someone, an employee that you pay. That way you have someone to keep an eye out or take care of your business while you're away, right?
Yes.
So that's one thing. And one more. Why people? I just want to mention this because this business can take you out of the paycheck to paycheck uh,
Situation.
situation, guys. Yes,
Yes.
it's as Coach Maristel mentioned earlier. she had experience of working 13 days in a row. Yes, she made a lot of money, right? Because she worked so much. But in
Yeah.
this business, you work so much, and but then as you work on your business over years, you are multiplying that income 10 times, 15
Yeah.
times over time, compared to when you are an employee, you only make money of how much or how long, how many hours you work
Yeah.
for, right? Yeah, so
And
that's one
it
of
is
the.
a set salary. You have like a specific amount that you get paid. It's like a set. In
Yes.
this business, the more you give your business effort and time, the more
Yeah.
it's going to give you back more income. So
Yes.
Mhm.
you make or you write your own paycheck, basically. Not
Right.
unlike when you work for someone else, they write your paycheck. They decide when you get a raise, which times raise for $1 in a year. It doesn't happen all the time. $1 a year of raise, nah. That's why
No,
a lot of people
maybe
are
25 cents, 50 cents.
25, the most 50 cents,
Yeah.
depending on your performance, should they say,
Yeah.
right? So it's
And
based on
depending
your
on their
performance.
budget too. On the
Yes, the budget and oh, look at that, and the performance. So performance based is your raise is based on performance.
yeah.
So this business, the more you perform, the more you put your effort, the more it's going to give you back whatever it
Yes.
is that you put in. It's going to be, it's going to reward you in so many ways. you know
Mhm.
Yes.
you give it a
That's why
thousand, it's going
that's
to
why
give
the
you
other day I was so happy when I was talking about that unexpected blessing
blessing.
because I did
Yeah.
not really know that it was gonna come my
Oh.
sixth milestone award blessing. So,
Woo!
oh,
three
magpapansit sana
thousand dollar
ako.
extra in your bank without
Kapansit na yan.
sweat.
Yeah.
3,000 extra money in the bank without sweat unexpectedly. How would you love to
No, it,
have that
it was
problem?
another one, sis, the one that was for the,
Oh,
you
the
know,
award.
yeah, you know,
Check you
the
out.
thing,
See?
mhm.
The volumes, what's that?
Yeah. So the
The
the, the
3,000, I
milestone
already spent
award,
it.
the monthly
And
Monthly.
milestone award. Yeah.
yes,
So another amazing,
yeah.
from
Yeah.
Mama, you can even, oh my God. I
The
remember this instance.
3,000, I already bought a new iPad for that,
Oh,
which is
wow.
And it's
also
tax
tax
write-off.
write-off. Yes.
See?
Yep.
So
Because I
it's
wanted
a
to make
win-win.
it my, like, what do you call that? A memorable thing for when I got that 3,000.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I think I got. I also did the same thing with this iPad. I bought an
Mm.
iPad with my second six milestone for a nose, but most of the time Sean uses it, but it's okay. Now
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna use it more because I'm doing like those video stuff, so I took it back. But yeah, so many gadgets. You can have two cell phone, an iPad,
Yeah, I know.
laptop.
Like
You
three
know,
selfie sticks.
so many things you guys can take advantage when it comes to the business. As a
Yes.
business owner, it's
I,
not only going to give you the freedom to relax when you feel like you want to relax, but also it doesn't have that restriction of having a 9 to 5 job where um, you really can't go anywhere else. And when you are in a
Yeah,
position or like a certain position, you're staying on that position unless you are qualified to move up the ladder. But sometimes it's hard to move up the ladder, especially you're if there's some politics in a way in a
no,
job.
yeah.
There's
I don't
always
want. I
politics
don't want.
in
I don't
jobs.
even want it.
Yeah, and then the more you move up the rank or the ladder in your job, or you move up a position. I've been there because I used to do that a lot. I always like to go up the ladder because I like learning more and like more responsibility. But the more you make, the more responsibility, the more taxes you pay.
Correct.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
That's even why when they told me, I don't know if you remember this, but they told me a few months ago, my supervisor said that she will send me to New Jersey for a training. for this instrument. So I was thinking it's a good thing because I can maybe go to my cousins also and visit. But then aside from, like I was thinking if I'm gonna go to training, then I'll be more responsible about these
Yes.
things. So now,
Training people now for that
Yeah.
machine.
yeah, and
The
you will
more,
be like, they expect you to learn a lot of things, and
yep.
there's no. She
Yeah,
did
like
not
I
talk
said.
to me again about it, but I think they're talk. I heard them saying something. Oh, next one will be this and that, and I just kept quiet. And
Because the more you know, the more they're gonna ask you to do more things at
yeah,
work, but they're not really gonna give you any more money in return.
no, no,
Sometimes they do, but not all the time. They just add on responsibility. I mean, I'm talking based on experience. I would probably wear, so many hats in my job before, and I make the same amount of money, but I always make sure I tell them what I need, because otherwise not everybody can do the same
yeah,
though. Not everybody have that, you know,
yeah.
guts to because they're afraid to lose their job.
So what I told them is actually I said, well, I would love to, but I don't know who's gonna take care of my dogs. Because
I love
yeah,
it.
because my husband works day shift.
Hmm.
So, like who's gonna take care of them? So I mean, unless you're gonna pay me to board
Yeah.
my dog somewhere, then maybe, but I don't know. I would rather just do digital business.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And also when you really wanted to take a break, when you go on vacation, unless you have extra paid time off, it's so hard,
Mhm.
right? Because we were only given like a couple of weeks. Most of the time it's only 2 weeks paid
Yeah.
vacation. And then I don't know if they still exist, but they have like sick pay leave.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's 5 days or sometimes it's 3 days, depending on the company.
Yeah.
So only on chances that you get sick or you don't feel good. And then it's so sad because I don't know if you guys have done this, but it's so sad that you take a sick day leave just to do some stuff at home or to take care of medical things that you needed to go to the doctor. So you take a sick day leave, not because you're sick, but because you have to, show up for your family. Sometimes I do that all the time. That's why I
Yeah.
use up my sick day because I have to go somewhere with Sean or take Sean to, or just, maybe sometimes I get burned out, which happened to me. 2018, I really got burned out of the situation at work because I feel like I'm doing so much, like I'm doing everything at work, you know, but I'm not getting paid enough because I mean, as an accountant, you see the books, you see what's happening inside the company, like how much money the company is making versus what they're paying the employees. So that's
Yeah.
the thing about I get burned out because I feel like I'm doing more for what I'm getting paid for. So out of the blue, I just decided because sometimes when you feel like you're burned out, when you start feeling that on a Sunday night, you think about a Monday morning and you have to get up
Yeah.
and you don't want to get up. I don't know if you guys have gone through that, but
Oh,
I've
yeah.
always gone through that. Like you're exhausted already and you haven't even taken a shower yet. You haven't begun, got up your bed, but you're already exhausted, thinking of coming to work and just kind of like visualizing what's going to happen on your day.
Yeah.
That actually makes you tired already. And
Yes.
every time I feel that way, I tend to leave because it actually affects my what do you call that? My health. It affects my sanity. So every time I feel that way, I always leave the job and take a break and then find another job. But that was the time that it was easy to get a job. But nowadays, you're always afraid to lose a job
Mhm.
because sometimes not everybody, not all companies will just take you in a heartbeat. You have to compete nowadays. So that's another thing that's hard when you are working for someone else because
Yeah.
bottom line is you are controlled by someone. You don't control the situation. The situation is always, controlled by someone. The decision is not up to you
Yeah.
compared to when you are like us, when you're a business owner, especially in my case, now that I am full time doing this. Um, I always say that's, sometimes you see me post stuff on Facebook, but I'll be still in bed. I don't go
Yeah.
down until like 11, but I will be able to do my work and still talk to everyone in my team, while I'm
Yeah.
still laying in bed. And, sometimes it's not lunchtime when I go downstairs, but I can make that now. So as back to what I was talking about earlier, that at the work you rank up, you get more responsibility. The more you get up the ladder, the more you get paid, the more responsibility they put upon you. Without paying you, more and more
Yeah.
what you deserve. On the other hand, here in this business, being on this business for 3 years, work hard for the first 2 years, and move up the ladder every 6 months. I do less now than I was doing it when I started the business. So it was the
Yeah.
opposite. The more higher ranked you go up in this ladder,
Yes.
the more freedom and flexibility you have, because now you get to turn into creating more of you. I duplicated more of me. So in a job, it's not the situation. The
Yeah.
more you learn, you're the only person that knows that. And sometimes you don't even want to share what you know because you're afraid to lose your job. Aminin.
Parang hindi makasagot pero parang nabasa ni Coach Lynn.
Aminin, di ba? Because I was that way. It's kind of
Mm.
like intellectual property. I went to the training myself. Now I'm doing this to get the position of this, like a supervisor position. Why would I give you my knowledge? You have to earn it.
Mhm.
In
But
this,
here we have to share.
we have to share. We share everything we know because we want everyone to know what they need to do to run their business. So that
Yeah.
way, in the long run, you can relax. That's why I was able to travel last year and stay in the Philippines for a few months, because I moved up the ladder. That means, more responsibility, but not the same responsibility like before.
Yeah. And
So,
I think a while ago you were talking about the passive income, right,
yes,
Sislin? Yeah. That
passive income is
yeah. The
the
more
best.
we rank up, it's kind of like less work for us, but we are earning more.
Yeah. And just to, the job now entails, sharing knowledge to people and guiding people,
Yeah.
the new people who wants to also go through. But the thing about it doesn't mean that I've been here longer than everybody else in my team. Doesn't mean that I make the most money all the time. It's not the case. In this business, which is so awesome, is, at the job, when the longer you are, the more money, more than likely you make money, right? The,
Yeah.
the higher the rank, the more money you make. The more higher the position, the more money you make. Here, it's not the case. This is the business where you got in the business brand new, but you can make more money than the people before you.
Yeah.
That's why I love the business, because comparing to the 9 to 5 versus running your own business and the comfort of your pajamas, I mean, I wouldn't trade this, whatever I have now, and I would not even want to go back to work. You
Yeah.
know,
And we don't have to drive.
no, look at us. We're sitting in our, pajamas.
We don't really know what's
What's
Just the
underneath?
bottom, right? What
Only
you learn is the
You can only
bottom.
see the top, or the top of our clothing, but you don't see what we're wearing underneath. But we're able to, inspire all of you and let you guys know that
Yeah.
all you really got to do is check it out. I mean,
Yeah.
nothing more than that. We're all employees at one point. They're still employees, but they're looking forward to retiring also, and which is
Yes.
going to happen.
Oh my gosh. Yes,
It's
just
gonna happen.
thought of that, you know.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait to announce you guys. I mean, not just the two of you, but majority of our. Because I posted earlier something about, there's quite a few people in our team. I'm just talking about the influencers that I can already see working really hard to achieve that time freedom. because they see what happened to me, Sis Mildred, Sis Coach Michelle, Sis Marianne.
Yeah.
You guys see what happened to us. We
Yes.
started also with nothing. Like
Yeah.
we were struggling in life when we started this business, but we somehow made it. We dedicated our time. We decided not to work for someone else for the rest of our life. We don't want to be retiring at 65 and not able to enjoy life. We wanted to retire at this age. Myself at 47, I think Sis Mildred is 45. I think Coach Marin is 47 also. I'm not sure, but we get to retire at an early age and we get to enjoy our life while
Yeah.
we're earning money and helping other people. That's the most important part is we're able to help other people go through the same process or the same path of success. And it is always rewarding to see, you know, that other people are also having those blessings. People goes on vacation, they couldn't go vacation before, now able to go buy a house because of this business,
Yeah.
buy a car because of this business, no longer living paycheck to paycheck. Those things very rewarding to see when you're a part of that growth, when you're somehow a part of why that happened to their life. It's so rewarding. And that's what we have in our team, in our community, and not just our team, but in our community. There's plenty of people who's rooting for you to succeed, because at the end of the day, we're all just wanting the same exact thing, which is to get out of the rat race, to get out of that living paycheck to paycheck situation, to be just working part-time or barely part-time, and enjoy more time with our family. And if
Yeah.
that is something that you're looking for, if that's something that resonates with you, or something that you are praying for the longest time, well, wait no more, pray no more, just check it out. And then there's nothing to lose, really. To
Yeah.
be honest, we're all happy. We're just chit-chatting here, but we're all happy because we've already taken that leap of faith.
Yes.
We already had the
Yeah.
hope to change, and we change.
Yes. And for our business partners also,
Mm.
we want them to be always inspired.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Keep the discipline going no matter what,
Stay
because they're
consistent.
already here in the
Yeah,
business.
stay
Yeah.
consistent. Just have that no quitting attitude. Because I mean, the three of us, I know for sure we don't have that quitting attitude. Regardless, it's not just the three of us. There's plenty, but since we're the three that's here, we don't have that quitting attitude. We always manifest, and our mindset is intact. Like nobody can really
Shake
destroy
it.
our mindset or
Yeah.
tell us otherwise, that this is not the business.
Yeah.
Because if it is, they're not going to quit their second job or third job. They're not going to go
Oh,
part-time.
yeah. Mhm.
Or
Yes.
I'm not going to quit my baking in 2 months time of doing this business, because I would be like, oh, I have this all down path. I can bake while I'm doing the business, but I chose to quit the baking because I want to focus more on the team and grow the business, because I can foresee what this business can give me versus what baking every day can do for my family. you know because this business gives me more, will
Yeah.
give me more.
Yes. I won't quit because I want to retire early, coach. And this
Yeah.
is the only this is the only way I could retire early. I've seen my coworkers, you know, I know a lot of them like still working even when they're already 60s because they're not
Mhm.
ready financially. And
Yeah.
I wanna be different. I wanna enjoy
Yeah.
my life and retire early. And well, how? But how? How can where are you going to get yung finances more, right? If you don't start something like this.
Yeah.
I
That's
always tell
true.
myself, I don't mind working sa business na ito for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7
Mm-hmm.
years. while working as a nurse. While working as a nurse, and I work this on the side, and I will always give time to work on my business. No matter
Wow.
Yes,
what, how tired, yeah, I feel tired sa trabaho ko. Sino hindi pagod sa trabaho, right? But
Mm-hmm.
because this is the only ticket for me to retire early. So,
correct.
hindi ko tatanggalin yung time na ibibigay ko sa business ko every
Mm-hmm.
after work in the morning.
Yeah,
No, I always spend, I already allotted that time, 1, 2, 3 hours
Yeah.
a day after I work as a full-time registered nurse to work on my business. I know we're all busy. I totally understand. I totally understand. Like what, sis Mabel earlier said, you can, some of us get unmotivated sa mga business partners
Mm-hmm.
natin. You feel like sometimes you feel like you wanna quit, but you can rest, but don't quit. Make
Yes.
sure you
Exactly.
attend the huddle, reach out to your mentors and coaches, diba? Because we won't
yeah,
know what you need. We want you what you need unless you reach out. We're just one text away, or you can call
Yeah.
us.
yeah.
Yep.
A week
Definitely.
we'll answer. Once we'll reply. Yeah,
Yep.
just don't quit.
It's
Yeah.
easy to get demotivated. Actually, it is easy to get demotivated, especially if your mindset is not
Yes.
100% intact.
The
You know,
Mm-hmm.
mindset really has to be
uh,
really, really strong.
yeah,
Yeah.
it has to
Yeah,
really,
yeah,
your heart needs to be on the place where you want to be, because if you're not, then just one word from someone who's trying to take away the possibility of your success, then they can easily sway you.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are dedicated to yourself and you strongly believe in what you're doing and on what you have right now as a business, there is no way that someone can actually tell you otherwise. So business partners of ours who are feeling that nothing is happening in their business, um, it's okay. We all go through that. I mean, I
Yeah.
went through that, also in the beginning of my business. But the thing about it is, you're just gonna have to trust yourself. You just enjoy it, enjoy the process. The minute you decide you're enjoying what you're doing, and it's not
mhm,
like something like you have to do, but you just enjoy and you just go through it, and then you just enjoy the process at the same time, or trust the process, then it's not going to feel overwhelming for you, because just like what you do every day, you scroll on Facebook and you laugh at those reels or whatever it is. You just have to really just let it go, let it flow, let things happen for whatever reason it needs to happen. When your time is there, you're going to have that time. You're going to have that time, because every one of us deserves a chance for success. But if you stop in the middle, then you're not going to be able to get that the reward or that blessing that you are looking for. That's
mhm.
why, until you reach that point, never ever 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 quit. Just take a break if you need to, but until I think I saw this one time: don't stop when you're tired, but stop when you're done.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. Keep praying, guys. You work and
Praying
pray.
is
That's all you need to
powerful.
do.
Praying is powerful. Yeah.
Pray and
Praying
work.
with manifestation. Manifest, pray, and do. You have to do.
Mm-hmm.
You have
But
to,
because I saw some people also that they say that they're not quitting, but they're also not doing anything.
Oh,
exactly.
yeah.
'Cause That's
You
why
have to
that's why
put
you
in the
have to
work.
combine all.
Mm.
If you pray for something, because that's what we did. We prayed for something. We manifested our future, and we keep doing it every day.
Yeah,
Because without if you keep praying without doing, it's not gonna happen. Just like if you
Mm-hmm.
keep praying for an opportunity, you see us all the time, but you just kept saying no, no, no to us or to this
yeah,
opportunity, then you're not taking action. You're not doing nothing to change your situation. So nothing changes if nothing changes.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Oops.
exactly.
1 hour and three
Hour.
seconds.
I know.
That's
I
fast.
say,
Oh my
let's go.
goodness.
Let's for the
Okay,
1 hour
mag-greet na
because
lang
I
tayo
am
sa mga viewers natin.
yes,
Sige.
Yes.
let's go.
Okay. First on the list. First honor talaga itong si Amy.
Ah,
Hello,
hi, Sis
hello, beautiful
Amy.
coaches.
Ayan, si Sis Amy din, di ba?
Laura
Oh, hi.
Leland.
See, she is going to be the person I am going to coach tonight.
Oh,
So,
Oh,
Laura,
hi.
I look forward to
coaching.
seeing you
Oh, sabi
tonight,
niya,
and I
sis, hindi na kailangan mag-coaching daw. Fine na siya. He already
yes.
heard us. Okay.
See you
Oh,
later, Laura.
hola, 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 Leanne.
Hi, Jao.
Oh,
Thank you, girl, for watching.
Shirley from
Shirley,
Hello,
New
New
Ate
Zealand,
Shirley.
Zealand.
Shirley.
Yeah. Mhm.
Elvira.
Ate LV. Oh, you know, I would like Ate LV. She has a really good. I like her. Her perspective in life. She's retired. She's our business
Oh,
partner
wow.
from Hawaii. But you know, she never missed any huddle. If there's a, you know, when Jao or Zapra or will would want to share something, she's always present. I know
Nice.
she's retired, but she's doing something. She's busy as well.
Yeah.
But she never missed any invitation to learn something new.
See, that's what's good about this business too. We have a lot of retirees like her that
Hmm.
that they love it because the mind, the cognitive, like sometimes when we get older, we tend to forget things
Yeah.
and our mind is no longer functioning, the same way when we were younger. They get really to love this business because of that, because of that reason also. Not only they're enjoying it, but they're meeting different people, because when you're tired, you're just like what we have.
Yeah.
We get bored because we don't do anything. I don't
Oh.
I find things to do. I always find things
Coach,
to do.
remember that lei that you got on your birthday? The beautiful that Debbie gave? She made it.
Oh, I love
Yes.
all my lace are like with me. I mean, all like they're preserved.
Ate LV, binida kita dito, ate.
Yeah, I love it. I
Oh.
love all the lace that I got on that day.
Sabi ni
Mahal
Amy,
na.
super aga daw tayo ngayon.
Oo, kasi tumatanda
Kasi
na
Yung
si
mga cognitive namin mga cognitive.
marami akong ganap today,
Oh.
this evening.
Kumikita na, gumaganda na, bumabata pa.
Of
That's
course.
digital business.
Marami, you don't
Nagiging
need
dancerist
money.
na.
Marami, money is not everything. Pero money can give you things that
Yeah.
will make you happy and will make you live, So
Yeah.
money can do a lot of things to people.
Yes.
Yes. Oh,
Hi, Tina.
hi, Tina. This is Tina. Hi, Coach Chugs. She's our detective business partner
Oh,
in our global
hello.
community.
Thanks for
I
watching.
saw her also at the Bay Area, right?
Yeah.
She was
She's
with
from
you.
she's from San Francisco, so yeah, she joined
Wow.
us. Uh-huh.
And of course,
yan
at
na.
the bed.
Yan yung retiree na happy.
Yes, one of the retired nurse, Ate
Grabe,
Beth.
Ate Beth, grabe gumawa ng reel. Mas
I
maganda
know.
pa sa akin.
Magaling pa siya sa
Reel
akin.
niya. Oo.
May mga ano pa daw sila ni Tito may mga ano ba yon? Script.
Yes.
Wow. Meron nga sila mga skit, mga comical skit.
I
Oo.
know. Kakatawa.
Tawang-tawa ako sa take 7, take 8, take 9 nila.
Ay, si
Hello,
Lerna,
Hi, Sis Lerna.
si Vanessa,
Hi, Vanessa. Congratulations.
and of
Yeah.
course, Joan. So please watch us
Ayan.
later tonight at 9 p.m. Central
Oh,
Standard
Joan?
Time.
Yeah, I got to meet her.
With
Oh, I'm gonna watch the replay. That's my coaching time.
9 o'clock, sis?
Uh,
Okay.
Sis
yeah.
Joan is a nurse.
Len Carvajal.
Hello, Sis Len.
Hello.
Sis Len, sa inyo yan, Sis Jean?
Hindi.
Hindi. Kina Fides. Kina Sis Fides.
Oh, I see.
Si Christina Marie.
Christina, hello. Christina.
Hello.
Slave of Time daw.
We're slave of time, yep.
Yeah. Si Eden.
Yan. Hati
Welcome,
din.
Sis
Ito na
Eden.
yung half Filipina, half filter. Nakita
Yes,
niyo
it's
yung
for you. I
ano,
get to meet
TikTok
her
ni
too.
Maria?
Gagaling ng
Last
mga
Sunday.
big reels no?
Oo.
Mga artistahin nga eh, di ba?
Artistahin yan eh, oo. Yan si
Si
Sis
Gay,
Maria.
hello Gay.
Hi,
Hi,
Sis
Sis Mo.
Gay.
Hello,
Hello,
Expedita.
ate.
Lagi to si Expedita nanonood eh.
Oo
And of
nga
course,
eh.
si
Thank you.
Rhoda.
Thank you,
Rhoda.
Sat Rhoda. Thank
She's
you.
watching while
Gusto rin kong
gardening.
sipag eh.
Wow.
Nagla-live
Oh,
eh.
wow.
Nagla-live, TikTok na, everything.
Yes, this is
Mariluz. I
Hi,
think Mariluz is in New Jersey, right? I think
I
she is
believe
in New
so.
Jersey.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
Si Jerry Lee. Wow, 14 days working. Grabe.
2 to 3 jobs. Then she used to.
Yeah.
used to.
But she's also thriving in the business.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
New Zealand.
Jaja.
Hi,
Jaja.
that's si Jaja. Oh, I think she went
Namiss
home
ko
to
na si
Hawaii.
Jaja. Hindi ko na nakikita nagla-live.
I
Yeah.
know.
Nakikita niyo ba?
Jaja.
Minsan kasi yung mga newsfeed natin, ano, unless
Namiss
siguro
ka.
puntahan.
Yeah.
Si Liway.
Hi, Sis Liway.
And then Gina.
Hi,
Hello.
Sis
Oh,
Gina.
Gina.
Amay Buloy.
And
Sylvia.
Sylvia.
Ay, Kapsat Sylvia.
Of course. Si
Say hello
Kenneth.
to
Buhay, buhay! Yan, isa sa Eagles ko.
Yeah.
kunin nyo libreng pa-premyo this month.
I know, right? Hello,
Hello,
amazing
Sister
coaches. 6A.
Si Naomi is, she's bago, di ba?
Yeah,
Sa atin. Oo.
kala Tito Med. Yeah.
Oo. Fight for your
Learn
dreams, even if you think it's impossible.
Yes,
Yes,
pray, pray,
pray for
pray. That's the
Definitely.
number one thing.
Andali.
Yan.
Lara Lee. Laura Lee.
Oh, yeah.
Already, maybe we're not gonna have the coaching.
Oo, di ba? Hindi na kailangan mag-coaching. Ano na lang daw, diretso na.
Yeah.
Hi,
Lay.
Sis Will from Hawaii.
Hello.
I think wala
Ayan.
na akong na-miss siguro.
I think,
Oo,
yeah, I
wala,
think
wala.
we got everybody.
Yan. So, well,
Okay.
we hope that you guys enjoyed our segment today.
Kasi
And-
matutulog na naman kami.
I
Oo.
know.
Magnanap.
Magnanap muna ako bago ako para...
Work mode na ako tonight eh.
Oo nga po, sabi ni Laura.
Oh, wag na lang daw mag-coaching. Ano si Sis Merlin?
Diretso na siya. Oo.
Ayan.
Saan pala? Taga
Ready na
saan
si
ka, Laura?
Laura.
Anong state mo? Taga saan siya, sis?
I don't really know. Let me check. Kay ano siya kila Sis Margie. She
Ah,
she just took action last night.
wow.
Oh, wow.
You're on the right
You're
team.
from California.
You're on the right.
Yeah, I think so. You're probably. California ka ba? Sis Laura?
Kasi, was she from Sis Margie's ad?
Oh, she's
Yeah, I
excited,
think
sis
so.
Lynn.
Hindi,
Oh,
ano
Elk
siya,
Grove.
Sis Merlin.
Elk Grove daw, Elk Grove.
Magkalapit lang tayo.
California. Kay Sis Merlin.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm an hour away from you. 1 hour and a half.
Prepare your dance moves.
Prepare your dance move. Yeah, excited na daw siya. So,
Yay! We're excited for you.
yes.
To get
Mamaya
on board.
hindi na tayo magko-coaching, mag-strategize na lang tayo paano ang
Congratulations and welcome.
Yes.
Advance na yan, ha?
Yeah. Ipadala mo na yung picture mo kay Merlin. So,
Oo.
we can congratulate and welcome you na. Yan.
Yeah.
So, di ba?
Oo. So anyway, so thank you.
Yes, thank you.
And see
Yes.
you again anytime, tomorrow, tonight.
Yes.
Kasi everyday naman
We
tayo
will see
nandito,
you.
di ba?
Yeah, so si Sis Mabel ang akin mamaya 2 hours. So mag-rest
Wow.
muna ang beauty natin. I'm excited for my mock call and
Yes.
excited na ako sa
So
ating
ngayon, tatlo tayo.
Sino kaya?
Later
Sino
on,
kaya
tatlo
tayo
tayo.
eh?
Or next week, 4 na, then 5, di ba?
hopefully, yan. Hopefully, meron na tayong kasama.
Mabel, we're excited to have you
Next
here.
week,
So like kasi
following
yung
week.
StreamYard call can take 10 people.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Good.
Tax
good.
write-off.
Tax write-off. Everything is tax write-off, guys, when you're a business owner.
Yeah.
Everything. Kahit yung meta verified nyo.
Oh, yeah.
That's why my name is now showing because I have to change my name.
No,
Ganun pala, sis.
you have to. And
Yeah.
you can change it
In
whenever
60
you
days.
want.
in 60 days, right? After 60 days, I have to change it.
Yeah.
I can change it later. So I'll be back to Lin Bin. For now, you keep my
Ah,
real
okay.
name.
Kaya pala nagpalit na
Kaya,
Novelin Bayan.
kaya nga minsan sabi ko, sino ba to si Novelin? Yeah,
I know.
Yes.
People know me as Lin, but
yeah,
yes, so that's okay. We'll
yeah.
change it back to Lin Bin
Yes.
later on.
Yeah.
All
All
right.
right,
Well,
so
everybody,
thank
thank you
you,
so much for tuning
everyone.
in.
You.
Have a great evening. Bye,
See you
ladies. Bye,
tonight. Spotlight
coaches.
Stories. Bye-bye.
Happy Tuesday,
Bye.
Thank
Tuesday.
you for my hair and makeup and ganun-ganun, ano?
To my curly hair.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Bye,
Enjoy the rest of
guys.
your
Bye-bye.
Tuesday. God bless.
God bless.
Bye.